Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here with a review of TK Series 10, Kamen Rider Chaser from Kamen Rider Drive. So this is the Kamen Rider form the Machine Chaser takes on after his redemption. This guy has got like a lot of forms. He's got like human form, he's got his Roymede form, he's got Proto Drive, Machine Chaser, and then now Kamen Rider Chaser. And it's like no wonder Mach is so jealous. But anyhow, here he is, and here is his box. Same box stuff as you get for these. You can see there's a picture of the figure there on the front. It's obviously where the figure was, logo and names. Cool little like in-show image of him right there. Shows you what the figure can do. On the back, yet again, showing you poses. It shows you that you can swap out the signal change with Machs. It advertises other things in the line. You got the bike here. They're little go-kart thingies. Shows that you can use tire cocons on the back. There's a picture of Trideron. So yeah, pretty typical stuff. As for what he comes with, he has essentially three things. You got the signal axe there, which he's holding. On the back you have his default little signal change tire, and then you have an extra swappable one, which is the one we just saw on Mach to show that you can switch it out there, and you can use any of the signal changes from Mach and any of the other tire change things from any of the other line, which is really neat. But yeah, that's pretty much all you get with him. Since he's already here, I'm just going to go ahead and spin him around and say he's a pretty solid looking figure. I literally just got done reviewing Figure Arts Drive, so some parts of it are a bit underwhelming, but in terms of what you're expecting out of the TK line, I think this guy's pretty solid. I don't have any huge problems with him. His color scheme's a little dull, but that's just his character. But for the most part, I think he did a good job on it. His helmet sculpt has very nice proportions. You don't have the neat compound eyes that'll inevitably come with the figure art, but overall I still think it's a pretty decent looking figure, knowing what you're expecting out of it. The paint for the most job gets the job done. I have to say the slightly grayish color does have a smidge of like a sheen to it like the show, so they did a good job there with that. And overall it's pretty solid looking. I really don't have any huge problems with it. I think it's a solid representation of Chaser here. You do have this sort of blank Mach driver going on there, like, well, it should be. And then you got the signal axe here. Let go, buddy. Let go. Set you down for a second. Really basic. It's all black except for the purple blade. Some weapons in this line are painted more than the others, so but at least they gave him the purple blade, but it's nicely proportioned. It's more nicely proportioned than the actual toy. Articulation wise, same mold as you've been expecting if you've been following these at all. Nice 360 in and out movement there. You got a single elbow joint. You got swiveling. The swiveling at the hand, and then you have these old school, I don't know why I count them as old school, it's just like they've been using them since the Shochaku Henshin, but you can, you know, independently move his fingers, wow. Nice little ball joint here, swiveling, single knee joint. You got a little ball joint on his foot. You can swivel him at the chest, and his little head here is on a nice little ball joint, so it's solid range of motion. In these figure reviews, I usually describe it as like halfway, like a midway point articulation between a figure art and a Power Rangers 5-inch line. So pretty well articulated. So as you know, his tire change is on the back, which very much so reminds me of like Tron, where they have the identity discs on the back. So I'm like longing for him to pull the signal off and like chuck it at somebody. But so it's very easy to switch the signal change out, just put it on there and now you can't see it. This is probably more fun for like, if you have a bunch of the different tires, to put them on the back and see how they look, especially ones like Midnight Shadow or Max Flare, where they like actually, you know, flare out. This is me flaring out. So for that, it's still neat. The gimmick, I think, like I said, is not quite as fun as arm change, but I think that with playability like that, it's still neat to keep it all compatible. Certain times when they have secondary or other riders, their gimmicks either aren't compatible or they just don't have one, but so it's still nice that you can actually still swap all these out. It's still all compatible, all that fun stuff. But I believe the little profile shot I got for this guy for the review has it, and this is actually how I'm going to pose it, even if he never does this in the show. Like, just cool. Look at that identity disc. Damn it, you're supposed to throw it, but they canceled Tron 3, so Chaser was very upset. He really liked Tron Uprising. That was a really good show on Disney XD. I don't think it's Netflix streaming anymore, but I recommend you check it out. It was really cool. But he's still a huge Tron fan, so he's like, boom, identity disc. So I think that's a really cool way to pose him. But yeah, overall, this is a solid figure. If you've been into this line and you really want a figure of Chaser, it's a solid representation. I can recommend it for that. Just reviewing Drive, I know that right now the baseline for Drive figure arts is good, so I'm looking forward to a figure art for him. I'm assuming it'll be good. But as of right now, if you are into the TK line and you know its general quality, I can say this is one of its more solid figures. I do enjoy it because I like the form in general. So if you are really wanting one, I don't think you'll be too disappointed if you already know what you're going in for. But anyway, until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at RidersRangersRambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dawson Rider, signing out.